Welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks. It's Monday evening, and we're about halfway through the month of October. Today, a little more like November. It'll really feel like November over the next couple of days, that is for sure. We'll start this evening with a time-lapse from our Canfield Fairgrounds camera. We had some showers around parts of the area this morning, fewer raindrops in the area this afternoon, a little bit more in the way of sun by this afternoon as well. But this sky kind of, a little more reminiscent of Halloween or first half of November, and this pattern is not going to change much over the next couple of days. Our high today, 54, but that was a pre-dawn hours high temperature. We spent most of the day with readings closer to 50 at the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport in most locations. We didn't do much better than 50 or 51 this afternoon. Now, we're about halfway through October, and for the month as a whole, we're running about a degree warmer than the average when we, factor in both highs and lows. I would expect plenty of warmer than average days coming our way starting late this week and taking us into next week. We'll talk about the longer range coming up later in the video. But today being the 14th of October, we're getting pretty close to what is traditionally our kind of peak foliage season across our part of the country, especially in far northeast Ohio and far western PA. Now, not far to our east, over in the higher terrain of central northern Pennsylvania, it's at or even past peak our fall colors, and certainly past peak once you're up into the higher terrain, the mountainous areas of New England, the Catskill Range, the Adirondacks, the Green and White Mountains up in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. We will probably reach our true peak in about a week to 10 days. All these maps are courtesy of our friends at explorefall.com. And if we reach peak somewhere around, say, the 21st or the 25th, that's pretty typical for our part of Ohio and Pennsylvania. The peak foliage typically is a little bit later in October once you're back towards Columbus, Cincinnati, and it's, usually kind of that third week of October that from Youngstown down to Pittsburgh, we typically reach our true peak in terms of foliage. Now, we will see quite a bit of a leaf drop over the next couple of days with some raindrops, some gusty breezes, and we're going to have some cold nights later this week that will help to accelerate that leaf drop and the changing of the colors. Now, we have too many clouds for any sort of frost or freeze concerns here locally over the next couple of nights, but where the sky is clear over the next couple of nights out to our east, especially east of I-79 out into places like DuBois, Clearfield, Clarion, Williamsport, PA, State College, Altoona, PA, kind of the central part of the state. Frost advisories are up for good reason. We'll have our chance for frost and freeze conditions around here late this week as the sky finally clears out by late Wednesday night and especially Thursday night. And, well, speaking of places where the foliage is now past peak, it's going to look a little bit like wintertime over the next couple of days. Not looking at big accumulations, but in the ski resort areas of West Virginia, up there around 3,000 to 4,000 feet, and especially in the higher terrain again, upstate New York, around Lake Placid, and up towards the Green and White Mountains in Vermont, New Hampshire, and into far interior Maine. Yeah, there's going to be some small accumulations of snow over the next couple of days. This is a pattern that would generate quite a bit of lake effect snow in our area if it were wintertime, but thankfully it's just October and it's lake effect rain showers. In the meantime, another sign that the seasons are indeed changing. Check this out. We're going to be changing the clocks in less than 3 weeks. It's on November the 3rd, Sunday, November the 3rd. That the return of standard time means that our sunset that evening will be at about 5:15. A day later on November the 4th, 5:13 our sunset. So our sunset this evening was 6:42, but it'll be a good hour and a half earlier in just 3 weeks. Hello, darkness, my old friend. All right, if you have things to do outdoors on Tuesday, this is not going to be a great day to be outdoors, but it's not going to rain all day. Best chance for some annoying cold rain showers will be probably in the morning hours. Could there be a passing shower or two in the afternoon? Chance, yes. Better chance in the morning. If your job is working outdoors, if you have reasons to be outdoors on Tuesday, just plan on it being more like November rather than October. Our modeling's in pretty good agreement that, again, the most active part of the day is probably the first few hours of daylight. As we get into the afternoon, you'll notice there's not a lot being advertised in the modeling here. A little bit more out to the I-71 corridor, central Ohio, but not a lot around here. But showers will probably try to reemerge then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and Wednesday morning maybe the wetter half of Wednesday. But again, maybe there's a shower or two in the afternoon. Finally, things will change by Thursday. By Thursday, the clouds will clear out, before the morning is through, and we should be left with a full supply of sunshine before Thursday afternoon is through, and we've got hardly a cloud in the sky coming up at the end of the week and into the weekend. And if you're not a fan of this kind of cool weather just yet, in October, hang in there. Very, very strong odds of a warmer than average stretch in the medium range. This is today's 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, and this kind of pattern will probably translate into at least a couple of days with highs in the 70s early next week. We might not hit 70 just yet on, that would be Sunday, but we'll get close, and I think we'll crack 70 in just about the entire area Monday and Tuesday of next week. A couple of beautiful days, it looks like. Mostly sunny skies, and while there will be a midweek cool front, it looks like, next week, I don't think that front is all that strong, so we don't see an air mass like the one we have right now coming back our way. Again, anytime real soon, we'll probably see at least a frost, if not a freeze, in a lot of the area late this week, especially Thursday night, Friday morning. But if we don't hit 32 at the airports officially at daybreak on Friday, our growing season is going to continue, it looks like, for a little while. I don't see 32 being threatened again, maybe until the very end of the month, or more so into early November. We'll talk more about the longer range, including the first look at the November forecast and the upcoming winter from the National Weather Service. Their official winter forecast has been released, and they'll update their November outlook coming up during the middle of this week. So we'll talk all about that on Weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you'll tune in then. In the meantime, thanks for watching on this Monday night, and have a great rest of your night.